What? Oh, wait. Is it saying we're still live? I don't even know if we're live. Well, this is exactly. I'm going to assume we're live. Of nothing in dead time and all of that. I don't think it's. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Oh. I don't know. All right. Let's pretend we're live, I suppose. I guess. I don't know. Because connection issues. And if you've been here for 2 minutes of nothingness, then you know that there's been connection issues. Or if you're watching it later, then you know there are connection issues. Whatever. I'm going to pretend it's working. If it is, if it's broadcasting, if it's not, I don't think it is. I don't know. I don't know. What are we going to do? Broken computer, not connecting. It's been one of those lifetimes, weeks, something like that. Who knows? Okay. Let's pretend. Now we're live. And now we're working with stuff. Oh, hey. There are people here. Thank you for joining. Dancers, what's going on? What's up, dancers? It's broadcasting. Okay, well, like 3 minutes worth of nothing. All right, welcome everybody to my non-broadcasting broadcasting. That is cooking. All right, so tonight, I'm having sweet potato black bean tacos with peach, kimchi, and citrus something olay or something. I don't know. All right. So, and I'm going to share this. I just got this cool book, and I read this a little while ago. It's called Ancestry and Culture, and it's the alternative to race in tabletop gaming, basically. And it's really cool. The way that it presents culture. And instead of just doing races, I mean, it's not to say that there's not, there's elf and dwarfs and dragonborn and stuff like that, but it really has some cool things. The way it does cultural traits and things of that nature, ancestral traits. So it has a different way of approaching the race and classes and creation of a character, which is really fun. I really look forward to going through that. Anyways, but that's not Zoism, is it? Technically is. How so? Culture, ancestry. Zoism looks at this stuff. Looks good. Might get the book. I recommend it. It's a fun way, and it addresses a lot of different issues in character creation. Like, D&D can be very limiting in this, and this opens it up to a lot of the half races and things of that nature, right? And then you can, because you're dealing with cultural ancestral traits rather than just race, So it approaches it differently, and it makes it a lot more fun and diverse and really interesting. It makes it fun. Now, in Zoism, what we do is that we explore ancestry and we explore culture. Cultural lenses is a big word in Zoism. That's how we explain the Zoe. Is that it's through, different cultural lenses. Is that how we define the Zoe or the Force, right? How we define that depends on our personal cultural lenses, which is also, that's an economic culture, as well as where we live, as well as how we were brought up, as well as what spiritual or religious studies we've taken, and the environment, the nature around us, the very nature itself. Definitely has its own vibe, right? If you look at someone recently, pointed me to morphic resonance. I'm trying to remember and saying that right. Morphic resonance. And that is something which kind of ties to ancestral DNA and things of that nature, right? Like the unknowing knowing. We know things when we shouldn't. We know something's bad when we don't really have the experience to tell us this is bad, or why certain animals in nature know to avoid certain plants and fruits and things of that nature, even though they were never taught or never had a bad experience, right? But they know, like, don't touch that, don't eat that. And there's that ancestral DNA, that ancestral knowledge, that kind of that consciousness of the universe that ties together, that says, yeah, don't do this. This is bad. This is bad for you, So it's an interesting theory, but also in Zoism, it ties in or has a relation to or is similar to Zoism in the essence of what we're learning about the universe, the energy that ties the universe and nature and ourselves together, right? So it is, and so culture, ancestry, it's all pretty cool. That's why I like exploring it. That's why I got this book, and it's not disappointing so far, but I just got it today and I just got home. So, and I've been messing around with internet connection and stuff like that. So it's really interesting. I'm really looking forward to digging into it and doing that. So, hang on one second. This is rude. I know, I'm on my phone. Hang on. This is rude. It's my bad. Okay. All right. Anyways, let's get to this. So we've preheated the oven. We unpeeled our sweet potatoes, which are these. And we're going to toss with some, we're going to coat that with some vegetable oil. Except not really. We're going to spray vegetable. We're going to spray vegetable oil. All right, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Throw those bad boys in there. So we got yams. No, sweet potatoes. We did Japanese yams the other day. That's why that's in my head. That's why it's in my head. What's our comments? What do we got? Stop. All right, where are we going? That's cool. No worries. All right. So someone said I needed a moderator for the comment section. I was like, well, I can't technically disagree with that, right? I cannot disagree with that. But, so the other thing I want to talk about Zoism is just kind of discussing the 5 pillars of Zoism. And 5 pillars can be found in the cycle of illumination. Where are you going to find the cycle of illumination? Nowhere yet, because I haven't shared it yet. So, you're just going to have to deal with that. It's coming, though. I'm actually looking to do a edited video, like a put together video of the cycle of illumination versus the Jedi Circle. Do a little comparison: Zoism versus Jediism. Let's see how it evens out, right? Let's see how long do we want this. Let's see. We want 10 minutes. 10 minutes. All right, so we're going to do that. What do we got here? Okay. All right. Okay. I get it. I get it. I get it. Someone's got me. Someone's busting. I'm being rude again. All right. We're doing that. We're getting rid of that. And let's see. Peaches. Kimchi. There it is. Oof. All right. Medium bowl. Scallions. Did I say scallions? Okay. And we're gonna do something that I have a memory of. We're gonna zest the lemon. Lemon zest. That's always fun when that happens. All right. As always, when you're in the kitchen and you're cooking, steal some of the fruit for yourself. Those are rules. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. So, you know. Eat some peaches. I'm good for you. There's a song about that. You should listen to it. All right. Kimchi. Kimchi. All right. I have to wash my hands. And you guys got to deal with that while I go off camera. Okay. So, 5 pillars. What are the 5 pillars of Zoism? Hopefully you can hear me. I'm not just shouting for the heck of it. What are you doing, dog? Come on. Hey, off the tile. Off the tile. Go. So the 5 pillars are mindful living, right? Nature, spiritual insight. What's the other one? Pilgrimage. That's my favorite one. And service. Service should have been easy. That's part of the Jedi one, right? Pilgrimage, though, is absolutely my favorite pillar of the 5 pillars. Service is important. Don't get me wrong. Service is important. And this thing is really not. This doesn't stir well. I don't know what's up with that. Okay. Stirred that up. But, so, mindful living. It's pretty simple. Be mindful. Mindful living. This is about your lifestyle. And this plays into different areas of your lifestyle. Mindful living is about being mindful of how you live. This is also mindful of your finances, mindful of your future goals, mindful of your present abilities and things you need to work on. How are you going to get to those future goals? So it's all about financial wellness, social wellness, personal wellness, emotional, intellectual, things like that. So those main 5 areas of wellness, that kind of ties into mindful living, because you want to be mindful about things. You want to live your life present. You want to live your life in the moment, as well as keeping an eye towards that future and learning from the past, right? It's that mindful flow, that ebb and flow of everything. Everything's tied together, right? Everything's tied together. And we got people encouraging me to be rude. Look at it. All right. Okay. People encouraging me to be rude. That's all right. And lemon zest. It's gonna be my trigger word, I think. Lemon zest. Okay. Where are we at? We mix the peaches. We got the things cooking. We have black beans. We have beans, black beans. Yes, we do. Wait. First, we have to juice and zest the lemon. Okay. All right. So we have to do that. Where am I at on the comments? What we got? We got Sith potatoes equals or greater than sweet potatoes. I'm so bad with that sound. I don't know what Sith potatoes are. What are Sith potatoes? Are they? That sounds horrible, man. It sounds very bitter. It sounds like it would be very bitter. All right, where's my zester? Oh, okay. No, that's not it. Aha! Aha! Found it. I found it. So mindful living, one of the core pillars. It's the first pillar of the 5 pillars of Zoism. So be mindful. Be mindful. All right, we're gonna zest this puppy up. The next one is spiritual insight, right? Spiritual insight. More zest. Not. This is not working for me. Burp. Burp. I'm horrible at zesting. My apologies to anybody who's ever zested their food and then given that food to someone and them not appreciating the zest, because it's work. It's work. And then you're like, oh, man. And you didn't even bother with it? You didn't even like it after I put in all that work? Service. And service, that's another 5 goals. Or 5 goals. And it is a 5 goal of the Jedi Circle. Sorry, it's going to take me a while. But it's one of the 5 pillars. It's one of the 5 pillars of Zoism. Why am I going the cycle of illumination? Man, I cannot walk and chew gum at the same time, apparently. Just not how my brain works. So, got 50 thoughts going on at once. And got my phone blowing up because people know that I'm live, and they like doing that. They like doing that, and that's fine. How much zest do we need, man? Come on. It just says zest the limit. I don't even know. Are you supposed to do the whole thing, or like part of it, or half of it? Like, how much do you really need? How much zest do you need? Zest, by the way, I was working on a book, Jediism A to Z, kind of a, with drawings and stuff, more of a kid's book. And zest, I use for Z. I use zest for Z because I like the term zest, and I like the application of zest. You should have a zest for life. Anyways, getting back to service. And we'll go to that one. All right. So spiritual insight is one of the 5 pillars because in order to define and experience the Zo, you need to have that spiritual insight, and that can be anything, and it can be of its own. It can be of Zoism. You can go to the Zo. All right. I'm seeing comments. What are we doing over here? I have okay. Boop. I have never zested. Well, I just got a grater, and yeah, I'm zesting my stuff. What do we got? I'm also having signal issue. So yeah, hey, well, same here. It took me forever to get this thing going, right? So, all right. But yeah, okay. So spiritual insight's important. You got to explore, and you got to find your own answers there. A lot of ouch, I just zested my finger. That's what we all want in our food. A little skin, all right? A little blood. Adds a little salt. 1 minute. All right, I feel like that's enough zest. I do. And am I saying that because I just zested my finger and I'm kind of done with it? Maybe. But, I also feel we're done. I feel we're good. All right, I also need lemon thing, and let's see what else. How about this? Does that work? That does work. Okay, so we're gonna use this. We're gonna use this and this. All right, so we got our little zest over here. I don't even know what we're doing with that. I chopped up my fingers, and all right. We're gonna do this, that, and we're going here. Spiritual insight. Get it, learn it, love it. But that is, I don't hear you. I'm coming. Relax. It's all right. You're gonna be just fine. I promise. Okay. All right. There we go. It's important to have an understanding of what you view, the spirit, the universe. Where does that, what is your view? And your view can be anything. Like we were talking about, it can be morphic resonance. And you can do that, That can be your outlook. It can be quantum theory. You can think of what's that theory? Man, I was talking about it earlier this morning, and you know what? My brain's just not there. It's not happening. But you can look at quantum physics and find your spirit. You can do that. You can find them in line with your, with your spiritual outlook. It does not have. It does say how much lemon zest I need. 1 tablespoon. I have no idea if I got 1 tablespoon worth. I'm not the biggest fan of zest, actually. So whether we got it or not, close enough, right? Close enough. Okay, we got lemon juice, and we got Vegemite. No, Veganase. Oh, I guess it's like mayonnaise, but veganase. Okay, that's my assumption, anyways. That's what it looks like. It does not look appetizing at all. All right, so we've done that. In a small bowl. Oh, okay, we're mixing this all together. We're putting the zest, the lemon juice, the veganase, which is just a horrible word, veganase. That's just disgusting. And a little salt. We're gonna mix that. We're gonna mix that into something. All right. Okay. All right. Little bowl. Do we have a little bowl? Oh. Okay. Well, we got the zest bowl. What am I doing? We already got a little bowl. We got the zest bowl, right? Okay. All right. So next, nature. Someone, as we talked about in the last video, mentioned that in a lot of pagan occult systems, nature, spirit animals, things of that nature, totems and such, are looked to, and that nature has a real has its own. It's very much alive, its own entity, its own system, the way it works, all that. Whoop. We're gonna throw that in there. What else are we throwing in there? They say salt. Do we really need salt? Salt. I hope we need salt. Oh. All right, and then that looks so appetizing. So appetizing. That does not look like cottage cheese at all, man. That looks. Okay. So we're gonna put a large skillet, which I've already done. Well, technically not a skillet. I use a pot because I don't know. I'm a rebel that way. And it says use a skillet. I use a pot. That's what I do. What do we got before I jump into that? I don't know. I'm losing signal, I feel, because this is not showing things. Evening all. Did I miss much? Not really. Just me ranting. Quantum entanglement theory. It's similar to morphic resonance. No. It's one of the ways to explain. So it's one of the theories which explains the other theory. It goes to explain Schrodinger's cat, right? That's until we observe the molecule, it's in a state of, oh man, my brain is not working. It's in a something state. Anyways, it is both. Until it's observed, It is both things at the same time, right? Some people know what the heck I'm talking about without talking about it because they're smarter than me. But anyways, then there's a competing theory to explain that. The wave, which is like a wavelength theory, which explains that information and that the particle is actually always in a specific state, whether we observe it or not, that information is always there, whether we are able to observe it or detect it or use mathematics to it either way. So there's two theories. I can't remember them right now. That's on me. Zest is awesome. Probably. I don't know. We'll find out. Add a little zest to your life, right? That's why it was in my book idea. All right, black beans. I'm gonna toss this up, cook this up. Medium high heat, right? We're gonna toss those in. We're gonna add black beans. We're gonna mash them, I guess. We're gonna add a half a cup of water. Half a cup of water. I can do. Where's my half a cup thingy? I know I got a measuring cup around here somewhere. Of course I do. Bam. All right, hang on. Cool. Anyways, point being that either way, one, it's not a paradox, but so connection issues. Superpositions. Yes, that's the word I was thinking of. Quantum superpositions is when it can be in both states at the same time, right? And I gotta mash these. Hang on. Where's my masher? There's a masher around there. So yeah. But anyways, the point, I'm not trying to teach, or obviously not teach, but I'm not trying to discuss quantum theory as much as just say that is a valid way to explore the universe and your spiritual beliefs, as much as anything else, as much as any of it. And going back to the other pillar of nature in the cycle of illumination, nature, squish, 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 has its own vibe, its own feel, its own, communication, its own habitat, its own way of living, its own everything. So you have nature energy, right? Where if you get out there and if you get out to any part of nature, really, right? Like even a city park, but if you go hiking into the hills, or you go off into the woods of Montana, or you go off into the mountains of Colorado, or you go, the forest around Mount Fuji, or you go to Machu Picchu, or Mount Kilimanjaro, or you climb Mount Vesuvius, right? All these areas have their own feel, and they have their own zo, as we like, their own energy, their own. Man, what is this connection? Is horrible. Okay, but yeah, it has its own feel, its own zo, its own experience. So that leads us to pilgrimage. Pilgrimage is one of the core parts, and again, one of my favorite parts of the 5 pillars of Zoism, of the cycle of illumination, because it's about getting out and experiencing different areas. It's about experiencing the Zo. Go to a city and downtown, right, and experience the vibe there, experience the energy there, experience the culture there, right? Experience the food, the flavor, the music, learn a little of its history. And then do that, like travel somewhere, make your pilgrimage somewhere and experience that. And that's something important. And mindful living, again, comes back to that financial health, about helping us plan out, like, how long is that realistically going to take? You know, where we're at now, what steps can I take now to help myself move forward into that position and get there eventually, right? It's not all about now. Now we have to take care of this moment to help us lead us into the next moment, and we'll get there, right? And service is just, I don't feel like service needs a whole lot of talking about. Like, go, like, just be good, do good, do some kind acts, like be of service to yourself, to your family. You know, start inward, work outward, right? So, you know, you start within and it resonates outward. So how long are we doing this? We are doing this for probably already been talking over it, so that's fine. That's all right. But yeah, so 5 pillars is, and I'm just gonna go back because this isn't a training course. This isn't learning. There'll be a time for that. There are gonna be courses. Don't you worry if you're actually interested. Don't know how many people are, but don't you worry, because if there's one thing I know how to do, it is pontificate and create systems of learning for that thing. Ask anybody in the Jedi community. I continually tore down and created new academy programs. If you were at Jedi Academy Online in 2007, the training course you went through has no resemblance to the training course that was available in 2010, which had very little resemblance to the training course available in 2017, which is a different thing that's available at Jedi Living now. It's just creation of these things. So don't worry, it's coming. I know we're doing a lot of this in the kitchen stuff, and there's not a lot of meat and potatoes yet. There's not a lot of material to dig into and to highlight and to do all that. But it's absolutely coming. So overall, you have your 5 pillars, right? You have mindful living, you have spiritual insight. Like all things, these are like all 5, like all of them, everything. Like the Jedi Circle, Cycle of Illumination, these are all multifaceted concepts, but I feel they're pretty self-explanatory, or at least give you that starting point for you to dig into yourself, right? So if my connection will hold up, So we have mindful living, spiritual insight, then you have nature, which is there's a whole topic there. It's like it's about acceptance of the self and acceptance of the body, right? Because, body acceptance, because that's natural, that's nature. Natural is important, So there's a whole exploration there. Then you have service, which is about, hey, it's not just you start here and you work out, because we want to have world betterment through self-betterment, right? It's world betterment through self-betterment. So we're doing that. We start within and spread word so that we can do service, that we can do good, that we can help others. But as we say, you cannot pour from an empty teapot. You cannot pour anybody tea. You got to boil your own water. You got to get your teapot full first. And you got to make sure that you're constantly feeding it so that you always have a little something to give to others, right? So, and that again goes back to mindful living. It's all tied in together, right? So service. And then of course, we try to get the pilgrimage so we can go out and experience the Zoe in different places. You want to get those different experiences. It's not the same. It is not the same. I promise you that. For some of you who have traveled a bit, you know that. Like, you go into certain locations and you sit there and it's not the same, right? And like you go out to the desert and it's desolate, right? But if you sit out there and you kind of get your Zen on, right? And get your Jedi on, your Zoe, right? You get a sense of it, you get a feel of it. But you can do that same thing at, you know, a Japanese garden in downtown LA. It's going to have a different feel. It's going to have a different flow to it. It's going to have a different experience to it. So it's about kind of experience these things in different areas. And again, start small, work outward. What's it like in your room? What's it like out at a park near you? What's it like at maybe the next town over, right? Like start small, start within, and then gradually go outward, and collect those experiences, collect that stuff. We're about Zoism is about exploring the Zo. So you want to explore it, experience it, so you can define it. Sometimes that doesn't always match up with the beliefs you grew up with or the terminology that you're using right now. And then sometimes it reinforces all that. Sometimes it breaks open doors and lines start connecting and you tie into that ancestral knowledge and you just know, like, this is the thing, this is the path, this is the way to go, this is my definition, this is how I feel it, this is how I experience it, this is what works for me. These are the techniques that really break open that door so that I can experience the thing, right? Where we at? 37. All right, let's see. So we've got, that's fine. Connection's annoying. We're going to transfer that to a bowl. But are we, does it need to be its own bowl, or what am I doing? Am I adding, where am I adding this? Okay, so I'm drizzling that zesty veganese thing later on when I'm done. So we're throwing in the black beans. Okay, we're just toasting some corn tortillas after that. All right, that's easy enough to do, right? Okay, so I can just toss this into this. All right. Okay. Any questions, comments? Oh wait, there is a comment. Oh, hang on. Just real quick, and pilgrimage does not need to be. This is a side. Pilgrimage does not need to be, you know, count Mount Kilimanjaro. Just here's the thing. Yeah, it's mine neither. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. I do. But yeah, I think I am going to be ending this here in a second because, yeah, the connection is really being a pain in the butt. It is at that. All right. And it said to add a little of this. More than enough. All right. Because it said to add some salt, but I prefer a little different seasoning than salt, so we're going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to have to worry about that later. I'm not going to be banging on things more than I already have. All right. So, any questions, comments, concerns on Zoism and the 5 pillars? Mindful living, spiritual insight, service, nature. Okay, I don't think there's an order. I try to keep them in a certain order, but I don't think there's an order. And then, of course, so any questions, comments, concerns from the people who joined us today? Oh, wait, am I throwing those in there? What am I doing? Where's my thing? I'm throwing those things. What am I doing with those yams? Oh, I'm sorry, sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes. Okay. Those go. That's annoying. All right. Yeah. All right, sweet potatoes. Throw in the bowl too. Does it say to do that? No, it does not. Am I going to do it anyways? Yes, I am. Rebel against authority, everybody. Don't let them tell you nothing. Don't let them tell you nothing. Do what you want. Oh, don't throw it out. Don't throw it out of the bowl. That's a That's not how any of that works. No questions, no comments. Okay, all right, that's fair. As I said, it seems pretty self-explanatory. At least offers a way to begin. You know, it offers you a chance to begin and do all that. And that goes over here. So, all right, I'm gonna cook up some tortillas. I'm gonna throw these bad boys together. Then I'm gonna eat with my Martinelli's apple juice. And I think that's that. So, we good? You good? Everybody good? You all good? Yeah? Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight and making me be rude by blowing up my phone. Appreciate that. And I hope you enjoy lemon zest in your future cooking endeavors. But thank you for joining me and listening to me kind of just randomly ramble about Zoism. Probably going to do that more because there's 4 more aspects of the cycle of illumination. There's 4 more 5s. So there's the 5 habits. So but again, I'm going to look to do a Jedi Circle versus cycle of illumination, Zoism versus Jediism video. We'll see how that goes. Who knows when that'll come out, right? I still have other meditation videos to get out. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'm out of here. I'm going to go finish this up and go eat. Have a wonderful evening or night or day or whenever you're watching this. Catch you later, Seekers.